In this project 2 of chapter 2, we will model the park bench, and here you can see the bench backrest, and these all are wooden frames, and here also you have the wooden slot frames and the 4 legs and the complete frame, and here those plates are riveted, and that also we are going to model inside our geometry. So the steps which will be involving are like this. So initially we will be creating the back supports, and we will be copying that to 5 different numbers, and after that we will be positioning the top one with a little bit rotation, and after that we will be copying this set to the horizontal location, so that this will be modeled properly, and like this your initial framework will be done. Let us start till this point. So project 1, you save it. So after saving, we will continue with our second project. So I'll go to the front view. Just press F from your keyboard so that you can see here front. I'll go to box, and I'll be creating the panel for the wooden frame and little bit of thickness. I'll go to modify, and here I am giving 5 as my thickness, and this is 25, and the length I am giving 600, or maybe 750 you can give. So after that you go to the home tab and see the orientation properly, and then select this, go to shift and go for 4 number of copies. After that you can directly go to the front view, and you can see the proper placement. Then I'll go to left, I'll select this, I'll position the pivot point here. So directly I'll go to the hierarchy and affect pivot, and you can have your pivot point here. So wherever you need, you can have your pivot point there. Directly you can map your pivot point to the requisite locations. Wherever you need, properly you can manage this. Then I will just move it. I will switch off the snap. This is the point. So I will go to shift, and you can directly go to the rotate, and rotation handle you can set. So still the pivot point is not aligned properly. So I will go to the affect pivot, and whatever the pivot point you have, that for the rotations you have to align properly. Align to the object, align to the center. So affect pivot point I will going, and here is the center. I will lock it here, and I will go to shift, and now you can orient with respect to this particular point. So here I can set the orientation angle to be 90. So I'll go to the angular snap, right click, and I'll give the angle as 90. I'll close it. I'll select the objects or a particular object and go to shift, and you can get the 90 orientation. Then I'll go to my move handle, and you can now place it with a requisite number, maybe 4, and now I can see the preview how it looks like. Now whatever the top little bit rotations I'll be applying, so I'll go to the left side view, I'll select this top one, and I'll go to rotate, and little bit of tilt. I will switch off this angular snap, little bit of tilt I will apply, and I will move little bit left side to positions this perfectly. So this is the initial skeleton which we have created in line with the requirement. Next we will create the frames where this complete stuff will be positioned. So I'll go to left and I'll go to the box. Auto grid I will switch off. There is the panel which will be requiring to position little bit of thickness. This you can move here and you can have a specific color to it so that clearly we can see this. Go to shift and we can make a copy out of it. So here this will be OK. Release it and go for OK. Just like that, I'll go to the left side view and positions this properly. Right. I'll go to left and I'll create a ground framework also. Little bit of thickness. I'll go to the view. So here we need to increase this thickness. Go to modify and this you can increase little bit this, and now you can move this to the required sides. I'll go to the front view and position it correctly. The thickness required is little bit more, and exactly I will position this below this and little bit I will move up so that this matches, and I will apply the colors, this color, and now I will be copying this by shift and dragging this X direction handle and positioning this here. Release this and go for OK. Now this basic framework is OK. Now I'll create the ground frames where I'll be positioning this. So I'll go to the top view so that I'll be able to create the frames correctly. I'll go to the box. This is the box, little bit of height, and now you can directly see this where it is. This panel, little bit of thickness 10 will apply, and I'll go to the left side and I'll position this correctly just below this so that we can bolt it, and this also will be bolting. I'll go to shift and we'll place this clearly here. I'll go for OK and select this 2, go to create, click the color and change this. Go to the home tab and now you can see the bottom panel, and next we'll be adding the ribs between this. I'll go to the left and we'll be creating the joints for this. I'll be going to box, little bit of thickness. Next we'll see the proper positioning of this. So here we have added this 10, and here also which we have created now I'll be adding 10. Let me position this clearly here. Next go to the front view, go to shift, go to Control Z, select the home button, clearly select this portion. This I'll apply a color to it so that clearly I can see this. I'll select this, go to Shift and position this to this side, rotate it and position perfectly. Drag this handle. So in this way you can position this top. Now you can have a look from the bottom, and little bit of more thickness will be good for this. So this I will be putting 20, and this also I will be giving 20. This is okay. This will be the placement, right? This is perfect now. Now we will be creating the legs, and then we will create the rivets. So for creating legs is very simple. Go to the top view. Over this corner we will be creating the legs. So this will be my size of the legs and little bit of height. I will go to the home and I will move this block outside, and this I will be giving 15, and let us say this is 100, sufficient. And now I will be placing this to the corner, so you can see from the top view. This is far away. This is the corner. Shift, drag to this corner, and then both the thing will copy to other side. So go to the left side view, select this and this, both the objects we have to select, control, and then move for the proper placement. So this is in the right positions. Rotate and see from the downside and go to the front, and now both the objects you can select here. Here you can see different selection method. So this you can directly use for your selections, or directly you can have selections like this, shift, and directly you can position to the corner. Now let us look the preview, how it looks like. And after that we'll be touching the rivets. So how to create rivets, that I will show you. So first of all I will show you the sphere, a small sphere for the rivet. This much with the radius 10 will be sufficient, and I will go for 0.5 so that 50% will be created. Next I will go to the top and I will locate this, and I will go for a small cylinder and little bit of height. So this diameter I will go to modify, and this I will go for 3. Now I will go to the front and I will try to position this in the right perspective. Go to the top, go to F3 so that you can see the wireframe, and you can center this properly with this center. Little bit this side, Still you can move little bit. So this will be the right. Go to the home and go to F3 again, a little bit up inside, and select this and go to group. You can go to Rivet. And now my point is to place at this different positions. So little bit of scaling we can do to change the size. So from the center, so this much size will be okay. Now I'll go to the front and I'll move this. Go to the move handle, go to the angle, go to the rotate, and 90-degree rotations you can have. So that this is my placement. Now I'll switch off the angular snap. I'll go to the move handle, and next I can put rivets over this, and I will change this color to this. Now I'll check the position whether this is right or not. I'll go to the left side view, and this is the rivet. So this you can rotate and check it. Go to the left side view, and little bit of adjustment you do for positioning this. Now you can copy this. Four numbers. This looks good, or else you can modify this. Next I'll go to the front and I'll select all these rivets one by one, and I'll go to shift and I'll place at this corner. Next I'll go to the home, and here also I'll put one rivet, and I will do the same. I'll select one, shift, I'll move outside, I'll go to the rotation, I'll switch on the snap. This is the rotation snap, and I will rotate this. I'll switch off the rotation snap and rotation handle. So here I'll be placing this. I'll go to the left side view so that clearly you can see this and position this. Go to shift and copy. Before copying, check for the proper positioning whether this is right or not. This will be okay. Shift and copy this to another 4 numbers, and again all this to another side. So finally you are done with your modeling, and this is your finally the park bench which you can see. So in this way you can create this particular project, and you can just follow the instructions which are mentioned here. So after creating this, you'll be creating the rivets, and then you rotate the top one, then you position, then you put your rivets, then the frames, whatever the back frames you have. So after creating the back frames, you create your support handles, and after that you create all the rivets for other sides, and then you create your legs, and finally you position this. So in this way you can finish this particular project by adopting the principle and the sequence which I have shown. Thank you.